Hey Brian, did you hear the news? No, Jake, what's the news? Amtrak's sending a special train with the president's wife on it. No way, and it's coming on this track. Yep, I think I hear it now. That must be it, if it's a loud, annoying diesel. Yep. There it is. How? Well, at least he's not a show-off like that stupid FL9-3. Yes, I know, that was the worst. Well, anyways, thank goodness the manager is letting us rest. What do you say? Yes, I'm very glad. After all, being a GS-4. And I don't know. Oh well, I'm gonna go back to sleep. Okay. I'm gonna think about my brother, Steven. Steven? Yes. Steven, you know SP-4449. What did happen to Steven? Well, here's the story of what happened to Steven. He was originally going to be scrapped, but thankfully he was taken and saved from the scrapper. But sadly, they repainted him in gray and took away his SP livery, and he looked like I do now. Yeah, why do you not have your daylight colors? Well, the manager says that he still hasn't got the paints for me. Even though he says he's really in grief that he doesn't have the paints. Well, at least he's got more than enough parts for us. Takes us, we go in for a rebuild, we come out a week later. One of the fastest places I know to rebuild an engine in New Haven. It took them a few months, and it takes us a week to get rebuilt. Now that's service. Uh-huh. Anyways, back to the story. Oh, yes. Anyways. Where was I? Oh, yeah, the paint. They took away his SP red, orange, and black livery and gave him a flat gray coat like this. My poor brother even had his whistle stolen. Thankfully, in 1974 or 73, 74 or 73, what the hell, I don't know. Thankfully, around that time, that he was in good enough shape to be restored, thanks to the help of an elderly man who kept visiting him, often lubricating his lubrication points to prevent him from rusting. I really miss the generation like that. How about you? I do. Well, anyways. He was repainted in red, white, and blue, which was kind of awkward for a GS-4 to be painted those colors. It looked sharp, but it was a bit awkward, because you're usually seeing them in Halloween colors. Yes, I know. Look at me. I look like my sister, UP3977. I heard that she's on permanent display in a park somewhere. Is that right? Yep. Oh well. Anyways, even though I am part of a rebuild program to rebuild GS4, the GS4 program for GS4 Nation. Anyways, you get the point. Yeah. Okay, back to Hugh. Excuse me. What? Yes, sir. Jake, wake up. Huh? What? Oh, sorry, sir. I know it's been a rough week. Well, I don't know if this is good news or bad news for you, but the president's lady is on the train that just passed, and you've known. Yes? Well, it so happens that the train has just broken down. The diesel engine in front has broken 3 pistons, and the one behind it has a broken axle, so neither can pull it alone. One of you will have to finish the journey to Whitestone. Jake, since you're a streamliner, what about you? I don't know, sir. 6 cars is quite a lot to haul for me. I'll consider it, sir. Very well. She said that she likes steam trains more than diesel, so I don't know. It's a tough decision between the two of you, but I'll leave it up to you two to decide. You may leave when you wish. Well, Jake, are you gonna go? You wanna go? It doesn't matter. Well, one of us has to go. It is the First Lady, so... Well, to put it one way, Jake, you look a little bit more elegant than I do. Did you really just say that I look more elegant than you? I did. Dude, you're one of the biggest engines here, if not the biggest. You radiate majesty. Well, thank you, Jake, but I don't know. Smoke deflectors aren't really what I consider aerodynamic. I mean, elegant to me. Alright, I'll go. Are you sure? Yeah. I mean, after all, I am a GS-4, aren't I? Ah, glad to see the manager got our call. Yes. Well, what are we doing here? Well, you can take one of them with you. The lead locomotive is alright to use, but the second one broke an axle bearing. I thought he said he broke the axle. Oh, I don't remember what the hell I said. He broke something on his axle, or the whole axle. Anyways, we'll have to tow them back to the next station. So come on, no time to waste. Come on. May I ask why we're stopping here? Isn't it obvious? Do you know how many people would love to assassinate the First Lady? Sorry, I didn't think of that. Of course you didn't. Hey, the GS-4s are very superior to the J3As. Well, technically, we're about maybe 5% smarter than them. But people like that guy behind me, who is sleeping on the job, we have the best IQ. Whatever. Anyways. She'll be picked up very shortly. Alright. Jesus. Yes, Mr. Conductor, what can I do for you? The First Lady wants me to thank you for giving her such a very comfortable and exciting trip. It was my pleasure, sir. Well, it's glad to see you back again, Jake. What did the First Lady say? She loves me. She does? Yeah, she said I gave her the most comfortable ride and most exciting journey she'd ever witnessed. I'm proud of you, Jake. Not only are you the star of GS-4 Nation, well, mostly because you are a GS-4, but also the First Lady thinks you're a marvelous machine. I know, right? I don't want to think degrading you. No, it's alright. I've dealt with that before. You have? Yes, with my bigger cousins, the Union Pacific 4884 big boys. I know that. Yeah, there's one that's 4014's the only operating one in service. There is one here. There is one that the owner knows that he wants to get from a collection, but they won't sell it to him. What's that? 4012. You mean that relic at Steamtown? Yep. Steamtown, USA in Scranton. Exactly. Why won't they sell it? Because it's the only articulated type in the collection. Oh. I heard that he wants to build what the hell was it? Oh yeah, 28882 Erie Triplex. The manager wants to build that? Yeah, from scratch. What is he... I hope he's got enough funding for that. I know, there hasn't been one around here since they got all scrapped in the, 50s or 60s. Maybe even the 40s. I don't know much on I don't know much on Erie Triplex, but I do know that they were one badass machine in their day. Yes, they were. Okay. Why don't we go back to sleep then? Yes, let's. Yes, sir. Well, Jake, I heard that the First Lady liked you. Yes, sir, she did. She told me that she told me, she called me asking about you, and I told her that you are the GS4, you're the reason GS4 Nation exists. She was amazed. By what I told her. She even sent me a big medal for you. For me? Yes, for you. Oh, it'll be arriving in a few days. Oh, and Brian, I forgot to tell you and Jake, you can rest as long as you want, because I sadly I have, I'm going to be putting the Roundhouse engine back into service. You're going to be putting Lake Valley 1413 back into service, or 1314? Yes. I haven't seen that engine run in a while. That's because we don't have much use for it, Jake. Well, why don't you scrap it? As much as I want to, we have too much scrap steel already from the other crusty diesels we've already scrapped. And besides, it still runs, even though it has a high amount of mileage on it from Lake Valley, using it all the time. We'll salvage what we can out of it, and when it gets too old, we'll scrap it. Sir, did you manufacture me? No. I bought you from a private collection. You're a genuine GS-4. Surprisingly, I regret to tell you this. You were found during an excavation. There was a cave in a tunnel which has not been explored for years. They found you inside, all the pieces. Thankfully, I managed to buy you before you got sold to a rinky-dink collection who couldn't even restore you properly. Instead, I have you here at GS4 Nation as the very first GS4 on this line. What about Steven? I can't get Steven though. I'll go see what I can find out about you anyways. Anyway, see ya. Good work, you two.